And alright guys, welcome back. Just Josh. Back in the building, folks. I hope y'all are taking care of yourself. This is the time to do it. Mentally, spiritually, physically, taking care of yourself. Alright? Because that's the true way to level up. Because most of y'all know 2021's about to get real. So we need to be prepared for that. In this video, I'm going to talk about how to transmute or transfer your sexual energy. Because as we know, energy cannot be created or destroyed. Alright folks, 3 ways. First, transmuting your sexual energy in your meditations. So I know some of you understand what it's like to bust gallons of nut on yourself. What ends up happening is after you bust gallons of nut, you start to feel bad about it, right? So right then and there, that's already negative energy right inside of you, because you let your God-given seed to waste. So, in your meditations, if you hold your seed, there's no way to be negatively.
In half a mile, use the right lane to exit right to I-94 East.
Alright. So, there's no way to be distracted, okay? There is, but it's not the distraction of when you bust gallons of nut on yourself, because that right there is the biggest distraction of them all. Alright, so when meditating, most guys can't do it because they bust gallons of nut, is what I'm saying. Because they don't have a clear mind. When you bust gallons of nut, you have a clear mind, but the problem is that you're not focused on anything, okay? So yeah,
exit right to I-94 East,
but it doesn't transfer over to taking care of yourself spiritually. So transmuting your sexual energy through meditation is for spiritual growth. So understand that your spiritual results from meditation, when you are not busting gallons of nut, enhances your spiritual path. Number 2, fellas. Number 2. Transmuting your energy, your sexual God-given seed energy, to a purpose or a passion.
continue straight for 35 minutes to exit 212, Minnesota 610 East.
So, when you are using your sexual energy to fuel a purpose, you are ultimately using your sexual creativity to your advantage into your actual life, instead of just putting all this creative energy into females and attracting more and more females to busting gallons and gallons of more nut. Back in the old days, when people would do art, they would use naked women. I know y'all have seen some of that, whether in any point of your life, you have seen some artwork with naked women. And that's because of creativity. So when you keep your energy inside of you, you transmute it back into your body to pursue creativity. Alright, so this might be pretty baseline information, but understand I'm just giving you my experiences, okay? I'm not saying I'm gonna go paint the Mona Lisa naked, alright? Not what I'm saying, fellas. But what I am saying is that when you hold on to your birth-given seed that God had gave you, you hold the power to create your own reality. It ultimately is what I'm trying to get at, okay? You were given a purpose. You have to find that purpose. But you cannot find and pursue your purpose if you're busting gallons of nut every day. There's no creativity, alright? So, just like with weed, it's kind of like with weed, okay? For all the people that have smoked weed, daily or every other day and such, you understand that when you're high, you're creative, right? But when you're not high, you're like blurred almost. Your vision's not blurred, but your mind state is blurred, okay? Meaning that, it's harder to be creative. So same with semen retention and not busting gallons of nut on yourself. When you're busting the gallons of nut, it's like your headspace after you smoke, when you're not high. I'm trying to compare apples to oranges, but you see what I'm saying. Your creativity stays with you, obviously, if you don't smoke and you hold your seed, okay? That's the bottom line. Holding your seed transmutes to passions, purposes, and future success. I don't know if y'all know the actor Terry Crews or even Mike Tyson. Two very influential individuals. Those two are known for holding their seed. Mike Tyson does not bust gallons of nut on himself before a fight. Imagine if Mike Tyson was about to step in the ring, right? And he just finished off himself in the locker room 30 minutes before, or I guess not the locker room, but whatever. You get what I'm saying. If he busted a gallon of nut on himself 30 minutes before the fight, you know damn well he's going to be, stressing and not performing to his best of his abilities. Testosterone had just left his body. And Terry Crews, for an example, too. Terry Crews made a video a couple years back talking about his porn addiction, which is really cool for him to come out about, because, most people that have built a name for themselves in acting, whether it be artists, are not going to come out and say they had a porn addiction, right? But Terry Crews came out and said that he is one of the strongest, he's actually one of the strongest, you see his physique and he's built, alright, fellas? So understand that he held in his seed after he realized he had a problem. But see, understanding that you have a problem is the first piece of the puzzle. And that's why it's important to get a handle on your semen retention, okay? So that's number 2. Alright, fellas? That's number 2. Number 3, fellas. Number 3. This goes hand in hand with number 2. building a future. Building a future. Building charisma. And building masculinity. Alright? What do I mean by that? Just Josh, you're rambling. Alright? Essentially, when you retain your seed, physically, you have more testosterone. We know this. But understand that when you put that testosterone to use, like I said in my last video on semen retention, working out, fellas. Working out is what builds your success for the future. Your health. Health is wealth. We know this. So that's number 3, is building yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually to become your greatest version. Alright, fellas, I'm only coming on here to say this because I have done this. Semen retention is no longer a day-to-day thing, bro. It's a lifestyle. I'm not gonna lie, I will have sex with girls, and that's gonna happen, right? But I don't bust. I rap it, and I do not bust, fellas. I am not busting on females. I'm not busting in females, and I'm not busting at all. Because I'm physically more attractive than I was a year ago, 2 years ago. I've built a physique. That's the reason I can come on here and talk about semen retention with working out and diet. I'm a clean gainer. I know we've heard of dirty bulking and stuff like that. But understand, all I consume is vegetables, fruits. I don't consume beef or pork anymore. I still consume chicken, eggs, turkey, and fish. But understand that when you change your diet, fellas, and you put your masculine, God-given energy to work, you create your own reality. Holy shit, dude. I need y'all to be serious about this. I'm on the drive right now. That's why the video's shaky. Alright, so understand that. And this video's all over the place, but it's the message, folks. It's the message, alright? I'm passionate as hell about this topic because I've been there busting gallons and gallons of nut on myself, bro. 3 times a day. Fellas, I was ruining my life, and I didn't know it. Alright? So anybody can do this. Anybody. It's the discipline. Alright, fellas? So let's recap before I go off on another tangent. 1, fellas. Meditation enhancement. Your meditations will enhance. Your energy will increase, and your vibration will remain high on semen retention. Above 90 days. Even above 30 days. Number 2, fellas. Building a purpose or pursuing a passion. This is my 1 day off. I've been working 50-hour weeks, and I'm going to my side business that I have, my side hustle, that I usually make only about $500 every 2 weeks, but it's growing. Like a month ago, I was only making $200 every month, or I guess 200 every 2 weeks. Now I'm getting 500 every 2 weeks. All right, fellas. So I'm using my energy to build something for myself, pursuing a passion. My purpose, my side hustle. That's number 2. Number 3, fellas, mentally, spiritually, and physical growth with diet and exercise. Cold showers too. Alright, fellas, testosterone is basically trying to escape your body. You have so much of it on semen retention that you are masculine as fuck. Alright, fellas, females notice this. People around you notice your confidence. So hit the fucking gym and start eating decent. No more Oreos or milkshakes. None of that bullshit. No more milk products. No more cow and pork products, folks. These foods will lower your vibration. Alright, fellas. I know I kind of got on a tangent, but I hope y'all got the message. Alright. Just Josh signing out. Peace.